Now, we want to start with number one. He said, a man walk 1 kilometer east, 1 kilometer east. That is to say, don't forget, if you have your what, this is your north, this east, this south, and this is west. So north, east, south, west. So now they say the man walk due east. Due east means what, to go what, like this, which is 1 kilometer east. Then and then 1 kilometer north. 1 kilometer north. So that means go northward, 1 kilometer what, north. East north, and this east. So what they say we should do now? They say what? They say what? Do 1 kilometer due north. Its displacement is dash. A, 1 kilometer north, 50 degree east. B, root 2 kilometer north, 45 degree east. C, they say what? 1 kilometer north, 30 degree east. Then D says what? Root 2 kilometer north, 60 degree east. Now what I want to do now is to draw the what? The resultant for the common point, which is this. Then complete the what? The triangle. This is what to what? Equal to this. So 1 kilometer. So this is the direction, and this is magnitude. So to find the magnitude, R was square equal to 1 square plus 1 square, which will give us what? 1 plus 1. Then R will now give us what? Square root of what? 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. So kilometer, that is the magnitude. Then to find the direction is what? Tan alpha equal to what? Opposite, which is 1 kilometer, over what? Adjacent, which is 1 kilometer. They will cancel out. So we will have what? Tan. This implies that tan alpha equal to 1. How do we get what? Which tan will give us 1? Is 45 degree. For tan 45 is 1. So alpha tan inverse of 1 is equal to 45 degree. So here is 45 degree now. Now, in case we did not select, for example, we can write the direction as what? East 45 degree north. Can be east 45 degree north, that is direction. Can be written east 45 degree north, or we can write it as what? Complete this place. Don't forget, everything here is 90 degree. So if everything here is 90 degree, what will be here? 45. So 45 now, we can write it as what? Or we write it as what? Not what? 45 degree east. Because if you are using this angle, somebody can say what? Not. You can write it as what? 45 degree north of east is correct. Or we can write it as what? 45 degree east of north is correct. But in the option, what we have is what? 1 kilometer north, 45 degree east. We have root 2 kilometer north, 45 degree east. I think that one is better. Root 2 kilometer. So the answer is what? B. Root 2 kilometer north, 45 degree what? East. We go to number 2, which is, that one is option B. Now, number 2 says a body of mass 5 kilogram initially at rest is acted upon by 2 mutually perpendicular forces, 12 Newton and 5 Newton, as shown in the diagram below or in the figure below. If the particle move in direction QA, calculate the magnitude of the acceleration. Now, what I want to do now is simply what? Very easy. What I want to do now is to draw the diagram. The diagram is what given us. Give us a diagram like this quickly. Let's this 5 Newton and this what? 12 Newton. So now we want to find the what? They say we should find the what? They say the mass they are acting. There's a mass here, and the mass is what? 5 kilogram. So that means they are acting what? A body of mass 5 kilogram initially at rest is acted upon by two mutually perpendicular forces. That means right angle forces, 12 Newton and 5 Newton, as shown in the diagram what below, as shown in the figure below. If the particle moves in the direction of Q A, what is QA? That means direction in which we move. Calculate the magnitude of the acceleration. First of all find the resultant of this. Then to find the resultant, first of all, we are going to what? Use what? Pythagoras theorem to find this resultant. So this is 12 Newton is equal to this place. So that means that R square equal to 12 square plus 5 square. So what do we have? We are going to have R square equal to what? 12 square is 144 plus 25. So 25 plus 144 is what? 169. So therefore R equal to square root of 169. We're going to have what? 13 Newton. So this is 13 Newton now. That is the resultant. Now, after gotten the resultant now, which is what? Now, how do we get the what? The magnitude. That means the what do you call it? Acceleration. So resultant is equal to MA. Resultant is equal to MA. So that means M is equal to R over A. If we want to make M the subject of the formula, so 13 divided by what? What is it? Fine. Don't forget, your resultant is equal to what? MA, which is the net force. Resultant is equal to MA, Newton's second law of motion. So we are going to have to find A now. You just want divide it by what? A, to find mass or to find acceleration. Sorry, this we are looking for acceleration. You divide by mass. So the mass is what? The mass is given as 5 kilogram. So you divide by what do you have now? I want to have 2 points. The remainder 3. Add 0, you have 6. So we have 2.6 meter per second square as the acceleration. So option A, we have what? 0.4 meter per second square. B, we have what? 1.40 meter per second square. C, 0.26 meter per second square. D, we have what? 2.6 meter per second square, which is D is the answer. Don't forget this formula. It was Newton's second law. The net force is equal to MA. Newton's second law. Now you go to number 3. You have 7 questions to solve in this part. You see, a body on the ground is acted upon by a force of 10 Newton at a point P as shown in the diagram below. What is the force, or what force is needed to stop the body from moving eastward? Now we have a diagram. This is a rough sketch. This diagram, this question is what? Of 1998, number 3. You have a rough sketch diagram. This is what? They give us what? Here to be 10 Newton. And here is what? North. And here is what? East. This is the diagram. Then the angle between this place is 60 degrees. They say what? They said what force is needed to stop the body from moving eastward. So for us to know the force that will stop, but let us know the force that is going eastward before we can now find the force that will stop it. You need to know what is going there before you know what you are going to use to stop it. So let's resolve it now. If you resolve it, fall this 10 Newton to the east, to the horizontal. When you fall it, don't forget 60 degrees is what? Lying on the east. So the east will be cos. So that is how to remember. Anywhere the angle is lying on, that direction will be cos. It will not be cos. Now we'll play with it. Let's lay cos on the east. So we would have what? 10 cos what? 60. Even here is open. So here should be what? What open it, you have 10 sin 60. So this is what will be going this direction. Don't forget. Which is cos 60 is what? 0.5. So this one will be what? 5 Newton. So what do we do now? Then we have 5 Newton in the east direction. For us to stop 5 Newton in the east, we have to produce an equilibrium in the what? In the west direction. So which is also going to be what? 5 Newton west. So the answer should be 5 Newton in the west direction, in the westward what direction. So let's look at option A. Option A is say 5 Newton in the direction of east. B is say 5 Newton in direction of what? West. Yes, that is the answer. This one said 5 root Newton, root 5 roots. Okay, that one is a mistake from them. They want to write root 5 Newton in direction of west. Then D, 10 Newton in direction of what? Of southwest direction. So the answer should be what? It's very clear. B, 5 Newton in direction of west. So number 4 now says what? A body of mass 4 kg is resting on a smooth what? Horizontal plane. Is simultaneously acted upon by 2 what? Perpendicular forces, 6 Newton and 8 Newton. Calculate the acceleration. We don't need to waste time. For that question, just use your word. Ask questions what? 6 Newton and 8 Newton are acting perpendicular. So like this, one is 8 Newton, one is for 6 Newton, acting on the body mass of 4 kilograms. So you don't need to bother yourself, and they are right angle. To find the resultant, use your what? 6 square plus what? 8 square, because it form a right angle. This 6 Newton and this what? 8 Newton going like this. So in that case, what you find when you find your result, I have R equal to what? Square equal to 36 plus what? 64. 36 plus 64 is 100 Newton. So R square equal to 100. So R equal to square root of 100 to make R is only the formula which is resultant, or the net force which is equal to 10 Newton. So the net force or the resultant equal to 10 Newton. But what do we need to calculate? We need to calculate acceleration. So acceleration equal to what? The net force divided by what? My mass. I gave you before. Resultant equal to MA, or net force equal to what? MA. So what we are going to do now is we are going to 10 Newton divided by 4. So that will give us 2.5 meter per second squared. So that will be our answer. So option A is 2.5 meter per second. Yes, correct. B, 3.0 meter per second squared. Correct. Wrong. C says 4 meter per second squared. D says 4.5 meter per second squared. Wrong. So the answer is A. Now let's look at number 5. Number 5, because we are ending at number 7. Number 5 says that what? That a body of an aircraft travels what? From Calabar to what? To Kano as follows. It flew first to Ilorin, covering a distance of 300 kilometer, 30 degree what? 300 kilometer, 30 degree what? West of what? North. So that means that if you want to write in 30 degree west of north is written as what? North, 30 degree west. If you want to remove the off, you bring the north to the front. Interchange. So this one, how do we draw the diagram? Let's say this is what? Your northeast, south and west, east, north, west, and south. So this one will give us what? 30 degree. We go like this. Is 30 degree what? Not 30 degree west. Then now say what? The next one say what? He then flew 400 kilometer. That is 400 kilometer. In what direction? 400 kilometers, 60 degree east of what? Of north to Kano. So that means that is about what? This equivalent to what? North, 60 degree east. So how do we do that? It's starting from the north, taking 60 degree to the east. Is it 60 degree? And if you check, 60 plus 30 is what? 90. So one is 300 kilometer. Yeah, is 30 degree west of north, which is not 30 degree west. And one is 400 kilometer east of north, 60 degree east of north, which is north, 60 degree east. If you interchange, remove the off, then you bring this one here. So what we are now having now is very clear. It's a right angle triangle. This is a right angle triangle. So this is a right angle triangle because this is 90 degree. Let's close it up. We close it up. What we want to have now is what? A right angle what? Triangle. So how do we find this place? This resultant. To find resultant now, because they say what is the resultant displacement? So we are looking for this part. So in other words, to look for resultant will now be, since it's forming a right angle, we are going to have it as what? 400 square plus what? 300 square. What you have equal to r square, because this is right angle 90. So 400 square is 160,000 into 4 plus what? 90000 into 40 square it, and that will give us what? 250000 equal to r square. So how do you find r? R will now give us square root of what? 250000. 40 when you square it will give you 20. 25 will give you what? 5 kilometer. 500 kilometer. That will be your resultant displacement of that question, which is option A said 59, option A said 567 kilometer, B 410 kilometer, C 594 kilometer, D 500 kilometer, which is 9081 number 23, which is the answer is what? D, which is 500. That is number 5. Number 6, which is the second to the last question, to call it a day for this part 3, is that they say the body, number 6, a body is acted upon by forces applied at point P and Q as shown in diagram above below. So the one is here is 4 Newton. Another one is here is what? 6 Newton. This is Q and this is P. We have what? Diagram something like this. Here is 90 degree. Now see what? As shown in diagram, as shown above or below. He said what? The resultant is equal to dash. They draw something like this for us: north, east, west, and south, which does not matter. So they say what? A 2 root 5 Newton in direction of what? 56 degree north, 56 degree east. B says 2 root 5 north with 5 Newton in direction of north, 56 degree west. C says 2 root 13 Newton in the direction of what? North, 56 degree east, and 2 root 13 Newton in the direction of what? North, 56 degree west. So 1982 number what? 28. What do? We take the resultant as simple as that, the way we have been doing. The resultant square equal to what? 4 square plus 6 square. What do we have now? We are going to have it as r square equal to what? 16 plus 36. The 4 square is 16 is what? 6 square is 36. So I would have r square will give us what? 52. Because this one will give us then r is equal to square root of 52. Now don't forget 52 is the same thing as what? What is 52? 52 is same thing as, let's say 52. 2, we are going to have it as what? 2, 6, 2 again, 13. More or less like 4 times 13. So 4 times 13 will give us what? Root 52. And which is the same thing as what? 2 root 13 what? Newton. So we have two options that have 2 root 13. Option A is 2 root 5, B says 2 root 5, C says 2 root 13, and D says 2 root 13 also. So the direction is where we are going to fight now. And the direction are the same. That is how to solve question on this if you want to, you don't want this calculator. The direction are 56, 56. Now let's see what we are going to do to get the direction. Let's see what we are going to do. Now to get the direction now, this is the direction of the R. So which is tan alpha is equals to what? What is this part? This is 4. Opposite over what? Adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. So this is opposite and this adjacent. So we are going to have 4 over 6. And 4 over 6 is the same thing as what? 2 over 3. What is 2 over 3? 2 over 3 is 0.6 6 like that. Because if you, how many 3 can go in 20 when you add the, that's why we put 0, 20, and we would have 6. We made that 2 again, 26, 0. So approximately, let's say 0.67 as the case may be. Now tan alpha is 0.7. What is alpha? Tan inverse of 0.67. Now the only way to do shortcut is that You say what? Tan 45 is equal to 1. Tan 60 is equal to what? 1.7321, as the case may be. Now, that means it's only going to fall between 1 and what? So let's say tan 30. Tan 30 is what? 0.57. Now, what will be what? X degree. That will give us what? 0.67. That is another way to do it. You just play with it. And by the time you do that, you're going to be having what? This one will give us what? Let's say, let me clear this part since you have made use of it. Solve it. Then so you just play with it. That's it. 30 minus S is equal to what? Or let's say 45 minus X is equal to what? 1 minus what? 1 minus 0.67 is what? 0.3 what? 3. So 0.33. Then 45 minus 30 is what? 15. 45 minus 30 is 15. Then 41 minus what? 1 minus 0.57 is more or less like 0.43. 0.43. So 0.43. That's what I would have done. If you work on this one by cross multiplying and play with it, you will discover that you can get your angle without calculator, which is what? 0.43 times 45 minus 0.43x equal to what? 15 times what? 0.33. So in that case, now when you do your calculation by what? 0.43 times 45 minus what? 15 times 0.33 equals to 0.43 s. You will discover that 0.43 times 15, that means without using, because in JAM or in WAEC, sometimes we don't have an inverse, especially in JAM. 0.43 times what? 45. You are going to have it as what? 19.35 minus 15 times what? Times 0.33. You are going to have it as what? 4.95 equal to 0.43. Yes. So if you divide both sides by 0.43, so you are going to have what? This is what we call interpolation. So that's to get your what? Angle without what? Using, because in your scientific calculator or in the calculator in the system, there might not be anything like this 33 point something, maybe 33 points, which is approximately 34. Something like that, 33.48, within that range of 34, because this one will give so many approximations and all that. Now, if you remove 34 from, that means what we are going to have, if find tan inverse, because we have approximated, you are going to have 34 degrees, approximately. Please, let me put it approximately. Now, if you get 34 as your answer, now let me go back. Look at the diagram here. This is the resultant. Now, this is what? The diagram. This is 6 Newton and this is 4 Newton. And this is the resultant which we have gotten as what? 2 root 13. And this is the angle 34 degree that we have gotten. This is east and this is north. Now, from the diagram, it shows that this one is east from the what they've shown, because they gave us an orientation which is north, east, south, west. It means that this one is towards the east and this one is towards the north. So now, if you want to interpret, this one should be what? North. If you want to interpret it to be what? North. That means east, 34 degree what? North, because it's lying on the east. Or we complete here will now be 50 what? 6. Because 56 is plus 94 is 90. So 90 is from here to this place, because the two of them are 90 according to the question. So if you remove 94 from 90, you have 56. Or we call it what? North, 56 degree what? East. By the time you take 56 degree as your reference, starting from the north, your stamina, you have 56, not 56 degree east. So if you check option C, C says 2 root 13 in direction of north, 56 degree east. I think that one is okay. Then D says 2 root 30, 2 root 13 Newton in direction of north 56 degree west. Wrong orientation. So in that case, the answer to that question is what? Is option what? C. Which is what? Option what? C, which is what? 2 root 13 Newton in direction of what? North 56 degree what? East. Last question is what? I'll give you as an assignment. You go and you do it for me and send your answer to the comment section. He said a man walked 88 kilometers north and then 5 kilometers in the direction of what? 60 degree east of north. Find the distance from his starting point. That means they are telling you to find resultant displacement. That is number 7. Please solve that question and send your answer to the comment section. Don't be afraid to solve, because in solving, you'll get better. I remain in generality. Thank you very much. If you know you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. If you are a new viewer or if you are a returning viewer, thank you for watching. God bless you. You can press the like button to show that you enjoy it. Thank you.